I also feel like he could pick me up, which is also impressive.
It's a good-looking group. All right. Cool. Guys, a round of applause just for getting out of bed. Come on. I'm really excited to be here. I've always wanted to stand next to a giant picture of my own face. This is going to be a bit of a journey. Just show of hands, whose first time is it at Creative Mornings? Great. Now, hands down. Show of hands, who's been to 5 or more? All right, now keep them up if you've been to 7 or more. 10 or more. 15 or more. Round of applause for the OGs. Awesome. So guys, what we're going to do is we're going to take you through a little bit of a journey. The theme this month, as you know, is called Moments. And I'm super proud to be here. But we're going to start off slow, and by the end, I promise, and no matter how cool you are, or if you're sitting on the fringe edges out here, we'll have you up out of your seat, hugging strangers. It's going to be fucking awesome. Cool? But as a very polished public speaker, I can try things on people and just see if it works. So I'd like you all to sit up nice and straight in your chairs. Whatever you have in your hands is fine, as long as it's not a phone. Coffee's fine, donuts, fine. But I'd like everyone just to trust me, as a guy who you just met for the most part. Let's close our eyes. We're gonna have a moment together. We're actually gonna do something together, and we're gonna build some micro community that's gonna exist. We're gonna be proud of it. Take a deep breath together. And let that shit out. Here we are. Just chill. Just keep those eyes closed. Let's take another deep breath in together. Come on. And let it out. Now, keeping our eyes closed, I want you to go back earlier in this exact day. You were in bed. It was super cozy. It was warm. It was quiet. You know what the scene looked like, but your eyes were closed. You were sleeping. Now, this is the moment before the alarm goes off. It's arguably the best part of sleep. Be there. And for all of us, this moment comes to an end with a new moment. The alarm goes off. Some version of, and we fumble to grab for our phone or our straightaway alarm. And that's where the first opportunity of the day begins. Let's keep our eyes closed here. You know what your routine is. You know how your feet hit the ground and how you take on that first step. Now, I've always seen this as an opportunity, but I want you to stay in the moment. I want you now to think about some of the best mornings you've ever had. Not those lazy Sundays where you sleep like 2 nights of sleep in a row. But think about the mornings that have energized you. I want you to think about the faces that you saw, maybe the specific cup of coffee you had, and what got you going for the first chapter of that day. Just stay in it for a second. And take a deep breath in. And let it out. Now open your eyes. Don't look up at me. I want you to make eye contact with the people in your area. Give them a big smile. Guys, I'm proud of us. We're all fucking here this morning. This is an amazing moment. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you for having me. No, apparently there's a whole presentation. I think this can play. What do you say, Nate? Is this gonna play, or do I gotta? This is an indoor presentation. I don't do this very often. I'm just buying time as Nate walks up here and helps push the buttons. This is November Project. It's a free grassroots fitness movement. It happens on Wednesday mornings in 33 cities around the world. You can see Boston, it happens rain or shine. In 5 years, we've never canceled for weather of any kind. The workouts are built for all levels of athletes. All kinds of people, all shapes and sizes. And it's made so that anyone can just show up. There's no details. There's no cool looking outfit you have to have. There's no past athletic experience that you need. You just have to show up. Detail-free, it's your first moment of the day. We think that the folks that do decide to make it to November Project launch themselves as their first moment of the day into an outstanding day, and that vibe can change the world that they live in and perhaps the week that they're having. And the ripple effect is a positive thing for the cities that we host these workouts. But I gotta give you a little bit of history. November Project was started by two dudes in Boston in 2011. I'm gonna get through this real quick, and we'll get to the good stuff. It was a 1-month bet between myself and a college teammate to see if we could wake up Monday through Friday and work out rain or shine. It was based on the fact that our alarm clocks in that first moment of the day would go off and they'd be equally shitty on different parts of the town, but we knew that the other guy was there. So we would show up for each other. Not a really brilliant situation, it was basic, right? It got us out of bed. November Project was just supposed to be 1 month. We weren't building a brand, we definitely weren't building a movement, we weren't even that smart about any of the workouts. But they happened for each other. That 1 month in 2011, sure enough, turned into a pattern. We accidentally became morning people, and with consistency, we became a little fitter, and actually made our way not just through November, but through the entire winter. Come spring of 2012, the city of Boston started getting tweets and Facebook posts about this group called November Project. Boyan, my co-founder, and I were now hosting workouts. Even though we only had a couple people showing up, we talked a big game. We are November Project. We painted shirts. We thought we were so brilliant, right? But really, it's just a couple people making some noise, running up and down stairs at the Harvard Stadium on Wednesday morning. Well, sure enough, that year, because we got lucky, we met the right people, social media was snowballing, people knew what to do, how to push all the buttons, how to share out, how to like. We built a tribe. It went from these two dudes to sometimes over 300 people working out with us. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna say that last part again, and then you guys are gonna cheer when I say 300, right? That year, we'd gone from 2 people to, at some point, over 300 people at the workouts, yeah. Thank you, thanks. And along the way, there were a lot of moments. We got lucky, we had inspiring moments, we found and helped create new athletes. We had professionals there, we had couch potatoes there, we had old people, we had fat people, we had good-looking people and weird-looking people. It was a true tribe of come one, come all. It was all about just show up, however that is. Show up grumpy, show up tired, show up hungover, show up optimistic, just get there, right? And we were creating the first moment of that morning and then sending these people off into the city. Now, 2013 was a really important year for us. It was the first time that November Project began to exist outside of Boston. My co-founder and I were cocky enough or dumb enough to be like, yeah, world takeover's coming. We're gonna be everywhere in the world. Well, in 2013, from friends, from college, family, brothers, people that we knew began starting their own tribes. In that year, see if I get these right, we went from Boston. There was a tribe in my hometown of Madison, Wisconsin, San Francisco, California, Edmonton, Alberta. Those are the first 4. This is where it gets really good. 2013, Washington, D.C., Denver, Colorado, and then you're gonna cheer after this one. And right here in San Diego, California. Beautiful, thank you. That's when we had, because of the one in Canada, an international movement, right? Because we're international. Look, it's World Takeover. We got one up in Canada. Look what we're doing. We were still talking a big game. But I need to, as I've been invited here today to talk about moments, highlight one moment that may have been the most important in our short 5-year history. In New England, we call it Patriots Day. It's also a Monday every year, which is the running of the Boston Marathon. For those of you guys who don't know, in 2013, 2 pressure cooker bombs went off at the finish line, shredding through the fans and some of the runners who were finishing the race. Now you can imagine we were so interlaced with the running community, it directly affected us. It rocked Boston, of course, it shook New England and the United States, but the running community world round was floored. When those bombs went off on a Monday, my co-founder and I were forced with a bit of a decision. Because Monday, for those of you guys who remember that at all, especially those of you who are in Boston, was confusing. It was scary. It was terrifying, right? We had a manhunt. It was weird. There was a lockdown. We had to be in our houses, in our apartments, as the police sorted out what the hell had just happened. And Tuesday was a blur. It really was. But the next day, that next sunrise, would be a Wednesday morning. Now, I don't claim to have a plan or all the right answers, but Boyan and I looked at each other and we had to make a decision. And this was a moment that defined a lot of what November Project was then, is now, and will always be, which was, do we host a Wednesday morning workout? Is that insensitive? I mean, it felt insensitive. Or do we have a responsibility to keep the trains on time? Do we have a responsibility to host a space, right? Like I said, in that time, the Harvard Stadium on Wednesday mornings at 6:29 a.m. for these free all-level workouts, we had a good day if we got 295, almost 300 people, was really good. Well, we took a bit of a leap of faith and we decided to host that Wednesday morning. That morning, in April 2013, the Moment hosted nearly 500 people. That one, yeah, that was kind of, we weren't looking for a clap on that one. That's fine. And I gotta tell you, that moment was intense. You can hear it in my voice. It was intense. I remember looking out into the eyes of a lot of really confused, mixed up, sad, hurt, scared people. People showed up that morning in tears because they knew that there would be a place to go and be consoled, or just give a hug, or have a laugh, or get in a workout, get your body moving, just kind of not move on, but start moving. Have a moment shared together. It's become the buzzword these days, right? Everything's a community. Let's sprinkle a little community on that, right? Well, we're trying to build a community. Actually, we're excited about the community. We're building a community. But that morning, we had a community that needed each other, a true community that was leaning on one another. That was a moment that definitely defined us. It was a moment where we recognized that this was more than just a workout. This was built into the city of Boston. And these 7 tribes were needed. And Boyan, myself, as well as the co-leaders of those 7 cities, knew that we had something special that we had to serve.
My name is Rakel Eva, and I'm from Reykjavik, Iceland. My husband got into Harvard Law, and that's why we moved to Boston. We were at the cafe and reading Runner's World, and we saw this ad from Summit Ave. I looked it up online, what November Project is. Everyone was smiling and hugging each other and saying hello to me and like, who are you and where are you from? And people really showing interest in me. After I moved back home, I just knew that I had to find something else because November Project was just a big part of my life when I lived in Cambridge. I thought to myself, why don't I just start like a group? And I called it Áform. And of course I just wanted to be similar to November Project. People started to show up. And then the group grew bigger during the summer. Everyone was welcome. It doesn't matter if you're fair or not. And when people feel that, when they really feel that they are welcome, then I think they start doing their best. From the beginning, I always decided that I will never stop living my life just because I have kids. And I want my kids I want them to say, my mommy is a runner, my mommy is a doer, or a doctor, or a businesswoman, or whatever. Not like my mommy used to be.
I want to show you guys something that I brought you guys as a gift, and we call this the Positivity Award. So as you can see, this one is for you guys. And we're excited to bring you guys in the family. So.
Bara takk fyrir þetta mæta. Mér finnst eiginlega bara alveg magna að aldrei verið svona vel mætt á æfingu. Aldrei, og mér finnst þetta alveg bara, ég meina án ykkar væri áform ekki til. Ég var ekki ein bara alla miðvikudag. En hvað segir, ekki til í þetta? Núna mæta ykkur einasta miðvikudegi, svo náttúrulega líka með föstudagsæfingarnar. En hérna frá, hvern einasta miðvikudag. Ha? Þið til í þetta? Og við ætlum að vera ennþá stærri.
My name is Rakel Eva, and I'm the leader of November Project Iceland.
Insert giant applause here. So, the reason that film was important to us is because we went from this like kind of guessing statement of world takeover and that kindness that's required at these workouts to one another, whether it's your best friend or someone you just met, the kindness paired with hard work, we thought, with this community, fun, fierce, free, weatherproof workout, we thought it could be useful in communities around the world. Raquel said in that film that we just saw, it doesn't matter if you're fit or not. This is not like let's get fit and then go to the party. It's let's do this together. And just so that you believe me, I want to give you some examples of people throughout the movement. Raquel brought it from Boston to her home in Iceland. We're now in 33 countries and 7 nations around the world. And I want to tell you about some of our members. This is Ron. Ron is in his mid-50s. Ron is a very positive fellow. He pretty much always has that grin on. Ron runs hills, runs stadiums, does push-ups, pretty much whatever we tell him at November Project Boston. And he does it to stay fit for work. Now, this might be TMI. Ron, if you're watching at home, I'm sorry to give this away. He's actually kind of proud of it. Ron, at the end of the workout, changes clothes in his car into his red, white, and blue, throws on his mail bag, and delivers mail for the United States Postal Service up and down that same hill he trains on. That's Ron. On the right here, this is Ann. Ann is 60 years old. She trains with her home tribe of Madison, Wisconsin. She is usually surrounded at these workouts by people that are half her age, but she uses these workouts, like Ron actually, to get fit for work. In the wintertime, she's a ski instructor at the Aspen Ski School. This is Andrew. Andrew looks a lot like a professional hockey player because he is. Andrew and I met in Boston back in the early days, 2012. He played for the Boston Bruins, which is a professional hockey team. They won an event called the Stanley Cup. He then ended up getting an opportunity to play for his hometown Edmonton Oilers here, where he actually just finished playing professional hockey. But when he went to Edmonton, he actually brought along the name November Project. He started his own tribe. As you can tell, he's a community guy. And it's so funny, these presentations, you just push a button and everybody laughs. But when he got back home to Edmonton, he grabbed his sister Jen, who you can see on the right, and local legend Nadeem Chin on the left, and they built their own tribe. They train Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Some of their workouts get as cold as -30. Right. This tribe is not only one of the most consistent and badass and loving, but they're also one of the largest. Some of their workouts get 200-300 people in the snow. It's an amazing group. If you ever make it up to Alberta, stop there. This is Nick. Nick is 6'2", 310 pounds. His running on a good day looks like jogging. He is very comfortable being the last to finish each workout. He actually goes to November Project from work. So he works nights, watching jail cells. He's an officer. His nights are intense. Come morning time, he wants to share a sunrise with the kind people of November Project Virginia Beach. He gets to hoot and holler and run and sweat and not think about work. It's an amazing moment for Nick. This is Dave. Full name David Schwartz. I know him, I call him Dave. Here you can see him at a workout celebrating his 71st birthday. This is called crowd surfing, for those of you guys. Yeah. On the left here is Ron Book. Ron's actually one of the 8 November Project members that's profiled, little plug, in our documentary that you can check out. It's called Showing Up. Ron is a gray-haired fellow. He's lost about 100-some pounds over the last couple years. He trains with November Project DC on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial. Ron is a great guy, but by day, he's pretty tucked in. The guy has a pretty serious job. He's a federal tax judge. That's what Ron does with his daytimes. Now, here you can see Ron actually in the center, his wife in the foreground, visiting November Project San Diego, actually. And it's this interesting thing that's happened because this movement has kept growing, and someone in San Francisco might be in San Diego on work, and they'll come down and check out the tribe, check out a workout. It's called traverbaling, and it happens all the time these days. So here's Ron and his wife at Sunset Cliffs, I think. Photogenic fellow, by the way. Which brings me to San Diego. Now, San Diego's got a lot of good-looking, fast, legit athletes, okay? And I wanted to talk about one of them today. This is Jim. Jim is one of the most consistent members at November Project Wednesday and Monday mornings. You can see Jim training kind of in this outfit pretty normally. In my opinion, if I had to vote, he's one of the most positive guys we have. He knows an amazing amount of the group by first name. Pretty much always has coffee and always has a smile. Jim is the definition of show up, right? He walks the workouts. He walks the shit out of those workouts, okay? But Jim has a family connection because he's only been here in San Diego for a couple years. He came out to be closer to his son and his daughter. His daughter actually is one of the co-creators of the tribe, and this is the part of this presentation where I tell you about the people who lead these workouts locally, so that if you end up going, cool. If not, you at least know them. His daughter is a beautiful former Division I athlete. Her name's Ashley. This is Ashley. Ashley is, she's creative. I would actually say she's probably like the mascot of the tribe. She's got such a high energy, really positive. She leads the group just from her heart, and she always has a smile on. She gets you psyched in that first moment of your day. She leads with another guy named Angelo Gala. Nope, that's her still. That's actually, I wanted to put that one in there, Ashley, because that's like what she really looks like. Cool. This is Angelo, wow. In a word, Angelo is dreamy. No question about that. I gotta say, it's a good-looking cat. I could go on about him, but I'm not going to. That's all you get, just looks. And our third co-leader here in San Diego that will get you fired up to start your day in the first moment is one of my favorite people here in this city. This is Eugene Kim. Eugene is a new runner by way of this November Project movement. We can't take full credit, but it's a huge part of his new identity as a trail ultra runner, as a guy who runs almost every single day, and now he's in the center of the group leading and building community here. I'd like to move into this next section, but before we do, give a round of applause for November Project San Diego. Now, in case you ever do show up, and Nate and the whole crew here at Creative Mornings says, don't be too salesy. The crew will sniff you out if you're too salesy. Well, November Project's free, so fucking whatever. I'm gonna be salesy. The three co-leaders here, Eugene, Angelo, and Ashley, are super fit. And they like to put in front of you a workout that will be all you need for the day. But they're also creative, and they're driven by doing something that will make you go, what the fuck was that? And leave you into the rest of your day telling something. You won't believe what we did at this thing, this weird like cult thing that I did. So I'm gonna tell you a story from a couple weeks ago, and then I'm gonna get you guys on your feet, and then I'm gonna send you out of here. Cool? This is a snapshot of November Project San Diego. These are the three leaders. They came up with an idea. One morning, 2 weeks ago on a Wednesday, 629 Balboa Park. All three of them kind of had like a suspicious grin on their face when we showed up, and then these kind of shady coolers in the background. We didn't really know what we were gonna expect, but this is what it looks like. They usually stand up high and make us jump around and get hyped before they give the workout, before we start. And no one really seemed to talk much about those coolers in the back. So here we are at Balboa Park, kind of weird lighting. It's a beautiful photo, but we're doing some trail loops. We do some body weight stuff, maybe push-ups or push-ups from your knees, kind of whatever you can do. Beautiful. A lot of support. A lot of smiles, a couple shirtless dudes. And we all made our way back to where we started, right? What's cool about November Project workouts here in San Diego and everywhere is that feeling in gym class where like the super fast dude made you look like medium or super fucking slow, right? That doesn't really happen as much. It's more of a churning effect so that fast dude can get a great workout and slow dude can just push himself without being exposed and Jim can walk and drink coffee. It's awesome. The churning effect. So we all made our way back here. And at this point, the coolers were dumped out, let loose. I've lived here in San Diego for 2 years and 1 month. This is the first full-on 10-minute snowball fight I've ever had. These three, little had we known, had spent, I think, 2 a.m. they left and they headed a couple hours away to the mountains to fill these coolers up with real snow, okay? This is like so creative and driven to like wow you that it's like borderline psycho, right? Now, the most interesting thing, and I spoke to my brother, he leads the November Project in Milwaukee. The most interesting thing about what we do at these mornings, and again, if you never come, I kind of want to give you this experience, is that I can stand here for another 20 minutes and talk to you guys about what we do. We spray paint the shirts, and then we this, and then, but you'll never understand it. You never will. And what I want to leave you guys with today, it's going to take maybe 5 minutes, is an experience about what the magic is, the togetherness, right? So I'm going to ask you guys to do a couple things. The coolest thing to do, especially if you're like one of the cool kids with a really cool outfit today, I want you to just follow along, okay? So when I say go, as quick as you can, I want you to stand to your feet, okay? Everybody in the room, including the people on the side here, camera guys, just keep doing your camera guy thing. When I say go, every single person is going to stand to their feet. Ready? Go. Okay, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. I'm not going to lie, though. It could be sharper. So let's sit down. Sit down. And then, again, on my call, the key word is go. And then as quick as we can, as if we're like some sort of weird community that's kind of vibing, as quick as we can, up onto both feet. Ready? You can say yeah. Are you ready? Yeah. Beautiful. Go. Oh, shit. That was awesome. Okay. Now, what I want you to do, you may have to reach in your handbag or maybe just your pocket. Pull out your smart or your flip phone or whatever kind of device you have. If anyone shows like a tablet, I'm going to laugh. That'd be funny. I brought my tablet. I want you to hold it out in front of you. Don't check it. You're already on your email. Don't check it. Now, this is going to be the craziest thing that you do probably all day, maybe all weekend. When I say go, you're going to turn and give it to someone next to you, and you're going to give it to them with eye contact and say, I trust you. Give me yours. I trust you. Do it right now. Go. Now, I want you to hold up your babysitting cell phone. Hold it up. Throw up your babysitting cell phones. This is a weird one. Yep, good. No, nice and high. Guys, high, as high as you can. We are trustworthy people. I want you to put that in your pocket. You have a big job for the next 3 minutes. Put it away. Put it away. Don't answer any calls. Don't answer. Great. There's so many jokes I want to bust out right now, but I'm not going to. All right, listen up. Listen up. A big part of the magic at November Project, definitely an X factor, is the human contact. It weirds people out these days. And the better we get at pressing the fucking buttons on these stupid phones, the worse we get at saying, hey, how are you? Awesome. That went well. But we're taking steps back, right? The iPhone 10 is going to come out, and by that time, no one's going to even know how to make a sentence out of their own mouth. Ready? So when I say go, not yet, I'm going to show you form, but when I say go, you're going to take your right hand and raise it as high above your head as you can, even if you have pit stains, okay? Right hand as high above your head as you can, ready, go. Now, keep them up for this next explanation. Huge, I'm going to need you up here. When I say go, you're going to turn and give a November Project high five. That looks, keep them up. That looks like this, with eye contact. When the hands touch, that's the moment you say the phrase. Now, you can say the phrase, heck yeah. We're going to demo the whole thing. Oh. Or you can say the adult version, which has an F word in it. Or you can say nothing and we'll judge you, okay? Keep them up, keep them up. I want you to see perfect form here. Ready? Yeah. Fuck yeah. There you go. Thank you. 5 high fives, optional fuck yeah, full eye contact. Ready, go. Ready, go. Ready, go. All right. All right. All right. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You guys are smiling. This is nice. It's getting nice. It's getting nice. Stay up on your feet. Stay up on your feet. I want you guys to try something. My man, what's your name with the button up here? Vince. Vince is killing it. I want you guys to try this. We call this negative body language. I want you guys to try this on. Ready? Go like this. Yeah, and then straight face, no smiling. And I want you to show that straight face right now. Show it to your neighbors. No, so I hear smiling. This sucks. This sucks. All right, now shake it out. Shake out those arms. Big old JC cheesy smile. Good. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Now this is the last piece before we capture the moment. The last piece is true November Project culture. And no matter where you're from or how awkward or awesome this is going to be, this is the last piece where you truly have to trust me. You have to trust all these crazies I've told you about at November Project. And if you never do this again, that's fine. But as a group, we're going to try. Right? We're going to break down a little awkward moment. We're going to have a moment. When I say go, you're going to turn and give out 3 big bear hugs. Now, there's this thing that's really popular here in San Diego, like a bro hug, where you hit hands and then you bring them halfway in. That doesn't count. That's 0. I want full bear hugs all the way in, and then once you bring them in, this is super cheesy, but it's great. We do it almost every morning. Once you bring them all the way in, I want you to say our favorite phrase, which is, it's not fuck yeah, it's not. I want you to say, I'm glad you're here. 3 bear hugs, I'm glad you're here, ready, go. Do it right now. 3 bear hugs, ready, go. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. Go ahead. You can do my third. I'm glad you're here. Awesome. All right. Look at this community. Look at this moment. Something's happening. Something's happening. It's magic. We're having magic. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. This doesn't count. It's 0. All right, stay on your feet. Stay up on your feet. All right, listen, this is the last piece, and then I'll let you sit down. I'll let you give your phone back. We finish, listen up, y'all. We finish nearly every workout, whether it's one of our newest tribes in Hong Kong, whether it's our oldest tribe in San Francisco, whatever it is, we usually have a group photo. All right? I'm not going to lie to you guys. There's some good-looking motherfuckers in this group, all right? Great outfits. A lot of you even smell good. A lot of showers, I'll bet. I'll bet you showered. Now, my buddy Nick up there, he shoots a lot of photos. Round of applause for Nick. Nick is a local photographer, and he also shoots almost all of the best shots out of November Project San Diego. So we're going to do 2 group photos. The first one is going to be real B-boy, all right? Negative body language. It's a negative body language with a tilt. And then straight face, okay? Ready, Nick? We're going to go B-boy, tilt. Ready? This is group photo number 1. This one's real serious, like almost like we're pissed. It's not even, this is a terrible moment. Got it, good. Now this last one is going to be super fun, and then I'll let you sit down. This is called the roller coaster. So we're going to throw both hands up, and on the count of 3, we're going to scream as loud as we can. Why? I don't know. It's going to be fucking fun. Both hands up as high as you can, even if you're cool in the back row, and scream as loud as you can. 1, 2, 3. Yeah! Amazing. Give your phone back to the original owner and sit down, please. Give your phone back and sit down. All right. Yeah, we should. Yeah. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. You feel naked without your phone. You feel naked. That's real weird. I'm going to leave you guys with this. I'm going to leave you with this. I didn't come here today to try and recruit you to November Project San Diego. If you show up at some point, we'll be waiting there with an amazing workout, a huge hug, and a bunch of new friends that are really open-minded about the first moment of their day. But what we felt right here, and I saw it, was that when there's some human contact and some willingness to try something new, to meet new people, to exchange, to put our fucking phones down, magic can happen, all right? November Project's on a roll, and there is no stop in sight. What started with 2 dudes is now in 33 cities around the world, and not because of the workouts. It's because of the human connection, because of the eye contact, because of the support, and the need for community. I really appreciate you letting me talk this morning. I'm a fan of San Diego, and I'm happy to call it home. Thank you.